What's going on, guys? Like a Hero here, and I have another video today. This one is going to be the melee abilities explained in Outriders. As always, hitting that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with content is an awesome way to support the channel. Of course, hitting that like as well. Also, be sure to catch my streams over on Twitch TV/LikeAHero. Link is in the description. We're going to start by going over the Trickster melee skill here. But there are some general guidelines about all melees. So specifically, the Trickster's melee deals 69 damage and inflicts slow to all enemies within a small radius. There are two types of melees that you can do no matter the class that you play. One of them is the sprinting melee, which is a small leap into the air where your Outrider slams the ground and then causing that effect. Right, in this case, the slow to enemies around, right? That will change depending on the class that you are playing. The other one is just the standing still and pressing the melee. So it kind of does like a frontal cone that gives that effect, in this case, the slow. The other important thing to note with melees in general in Outriders is that if you melee an enemy who is casting, you will cause an interrupt. In the case of the Pyromancer, you're dealing 47 damage and inflicting the burn status to enemies within a small radius. So similar damage to the Trickster, but we're applying a different status effect. In this case, it's burn. And actually, the Pyromancer is very important because since the Pyromancer can only heal when killing an enemy that is afflicted by the burn status, this means that whenever your skills are down, you can simply melee the enemy that you're trying to kill, therefore applying the burn, ergo getting that heal. The Technomancer, you're dealing 51 damage and you're inflicting the freeze status on enemies within a small radius. Again, remember, you can either sprint and melee or you can simply just melee standing still. So every class has its own status that it inflicts on the melee ability. And with the Technomancer, it's the freeze. This is important because you have not only interrupts with your melee, but you can also apply these different status effects if you're going to CC or whatnot. I do also want to mention the cooldown, which you can note on the bottom left side of your screen here. This little image here, as it goes on cooldown, you're able to see a visual representation of when your melee skill is back up and ready to be used again. And again, that's just a nice little thing there. It might not be very clearly explained, but for you to notice, for you to kind of keep an eye on. The final melee ability is the Devastator. Now this one deals the most damage, 71, a little bit more than the Trickster damage. And the status that you inflict on enemies is the bleed status. This is important because you can synergize certain mods or certain abilities that will deal more damage depending on the status effect on the enemy. For example, the legendary sniper rifle, the Iceberg, deals explosive damage, or I guess 229 damage when you kill a frozen enemy, for example. The Devastator is pretty straightforward. You're just going to apply that bleed, which is a slow damage over time. It's a dot, and same concepts apply, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, guys. It's the best way to really support the channel and help us here. As well, make sure to check out my link in the description for my streaming over on Twitch, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you later.